I feel like I've talked about this, early on in my channel's history, but let's talk about it again because I feel like this is something that some people need to be reminded of. Don't get stuck in the self-help phase. You know, like I get it. We all go through things. We find the self-help books because we want to go out there and get the resources that we can utilize to bring the power back to our own lives. Cool. Do your thing. But once you're done with it, okay, now it's up to you to keep it going, right? Now, don't get me wrong, it doesn't hurt to read the books. I'm not saying don't ever read a self help book because I'm pretty sure I'm going to write one. And then when I do, I'm going to need y'all to buy it. But nevertheless, it's just don't get stuck there. One of the things you have to remember is that you have to be your own motivation. You have to be the one that goes out there and does the things that you don't want to do. At least in the beginning before you get an assistant that can do it for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to. Sure, that person wrote down some lovely words. You know what I'm saying? They motivate you for that moment. But how long before you need your next bump? How long until you need your next fix? Okay, well, they gave you some lovely words, but then you ran back to the book as if it was your religious text. Okay, so then, okay, write 3 things down that make me happy. Okay, now write 5 things down that I'm proud of myself about. Now, don't get me wrong, the first time around, this is very useful. But how many times do you need to remind yourself of that? How many times do you need to go buy a book? How many times do you need to go hear the same thing over and over? You can do it. Keep going. Don't stop until you finish. Don't get me wrong. I get it. That's what we do. But we're speaking to the people that need it in that moment. If you are just going around in this perpetual cycle over and over and over, you're not learning. You can read these books all day, and don't get me wrong, I used to read them a lot because I got stuck in that phase for a little bit too, where it just felt good to read these books. It made me feel positive. And sure, yes, I'm not saying never read these books. I'm saying, once again, I want to reiterate that. I'm not saying never read these books, even if you don't need them. I'm just simply saying do not rely on these books. They're great. They're useful. One time around, thank you. You helped me. You got me back on my feet. I'm off. But some people just get addicted. Some people get stuck on the self-help phase. Yes, the self-help is good because it helps you, it helps you rebuild yourself. It helps you see the world from a more positive outlook. And some people need that. Some people need more time in these books than others. That's fine. But at some point you have to realize in your own mind that I'm fine. I'm good. You know what? I can come up with my own exercises for myself. I don't really necessarily need another book, to help me fix myself. Don't get me wrong. They're fun to read. It's nice to get advice that I can potentially pass on to other people. Once again, those books are great. I'm just saying, once again, for like the 80th time, don't rely on them. You go through some things, you had the maturity to go out there and gain the resources to make your life better. So you didn't stay a sad sack, so you didn't become an emotional drain on other people. Awesome. And you should pat yourself on the back for that. But at some point, you got to move on. And at some point, you have to take control. Take off the training wheels and ride the bike yourself. Just a quick one out there. I just want to throw that out. To the next one. Peace.